All right, hey now, it's the Rob from 1061.
Rob, wait.
What?
This is post to post. We got to do something big, something out there.
What were you thinking?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Town Square Media and 1061 KISS FM proudly bring to you your podcast champions of the world. He's the R to the O to the B. I'm STEVE. We are your hosts with the most, bringing you everything wrestling related from post to post.
Now it's the Rob from 1061 KISS FM here with my tag team partner in podcasting.
Hey guys, it's me, Steve, web contributor to 1061 evansville.com.
Coming off of a big Raw. Well, I feel like stuff happened last night at least. What did you think of last night's show? Overall impressions first.
Overall impressions, I wasn't impressed.
You know, I actually didn't really have a problem with last night's show. I stayed awake for the whole thing, and I watched the whole thing. I mean, except for the 3-hour burn that I'm still feeling. I still wish they would. I know I crow about that way too much, but I thought it was an okay show that was paced decently. Let's talk about some of the highlights.
Okay.
Do you have a place you want to start? If not, I can throw something out there.
We can start with the United States Championship.
That's where I want to start anyway, too. I think last night was a step forward for the United States Championship.
Yes.
And I'll tell you why. First of all, I want to start by addressing Alberto Del Rio. We've both been very hard on him since his return. We've both, I think you have, gone on records as saying he's our least favorite wrestler on the roster.
Yeah, one of two.
Yeah, okay, he's my least favorite. I do want to say, I want to play devil's advocate for a second and say that since he's returned, he's been having great matches. I really feel like that. Your thoughts?
I know him and John Cena had a really good match.
Yes, that match was awesome.
So, I mean, he's definitely better than he was before, but he's still Alberto Del Rio. He
still brings nothing to the table as far as a character goes, but he's in great shape and he's having great matches, and I think that might be as good as Alberto Del Rio gets.
Yep.
So I'm less offended by him now than I was when he first returned. I'll just say that. He's still low on the totem pole for me. In fact, maybe my least favorite. But still, I do want to acknowledge that he's having great matches, in my opinion.
Okay.
He had a great match last night with Kalisto.
Yes.
Did not see the title changing hands.
I did not either. Genuine
surprise. Very well done. Kalisto, who would have ever thought, is on fire. He was the butt of jokes when he advanced past the first round of the tournament, if you remember back in November.
Upset Ryback.
Yeah, and now he's winning Slammies. He's doing big things. He's the U.S. champion, and people are really behind him.
Yeah, I think he is where they wanted Sin Cara to be.
That's a great point, too. You know, Sin Cara has not been reliable as far as match quality and injuries go, and I feel like they just kind of put the mask on, for lack of a better term, on Kalisto.
Exactly.
And he's doing, I feel, a great job. I think this is a real breath of fresh air for the U.S. Championship, personally.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm happy about that, and kind of curious to see where ADR goes from here.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that, but I do want to praise that. I was very happy about that last night.
All right.
All right. Let's talk about, I want to talk about Chris Jericho.
Okay.
I'm enjoying him more than I usually do.
Okay.
My thoughts on Jericho go, I lose interest in him recently. Now, he's one of my 20 all-time favorite wrestlers of all time. I love Jericho.
Yes.
Big fan of everything he ever does. But since he retired from full-time wrestling, I don't like when he comes back because he doesn't come back for real.
Yeah.
He comes back for short stints, and I've stopped caring about those short stints, sadly.
Yeah.
This time I feel like he's in like some sort of real angle with this New Day. I think Rudy Tooty Booty is getting a little tater-tot-ish for me, if that makes sense. But I don't like when they force it. When the crowd takes to it naturally, I like Rudy Tooty Booties.
Yeah.
When they don't, I don't like tater-tots. If that'll make sense to wrestling fans. And so it was starting to get there, but again, it wasn't as bad as a tater-tots. It just felt forced to me. But Jericho did great mic work, I felt like. Walked a great line between being too funny and too serious. Like, he did a good job for me.
He's always been good at that.
Yeah, and I don't know, he's working for me right now. Your thoughts?
I I'm glad that they have him in an angle, but I'm envisioning him just as a placeholder until Royal Rumble. He's a spot holder in that, and this gives him an angle up until that point. And then after that, I think he'll be gone again.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that, but you're probably right, because I know that's my problem with Jericho is he doesn't stay long enough for me to care. Yeah. And this is probably one of those runs, but I feel like I'm going to enjoy it this time more than maybe some of those other ones.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else there's to talk about before the main event segment. Is there anything before we get to Roman Reigns and the Royal Rumble that we need to talk about?
Well, we have to talk about the first induction in this year's Hall of Fame.
Oh my God, you're absolutely right. Yes, Sting.
Yes.
The first inductee to the WWE Hall of Fame class of 16, and I feel like this is a great start.
Oh yeah, I think this is going to be a huge class. Overall, Sting's way overdue as far as when he gets up to make his speech. I don't think you'll hear too many WWE stories.
Yeah, that's nice too. I agree. He's still in that window where I know he's been in the WWE for over a year now, or maybe around there. Has it been a year yet? I think it has been. It's probably around there.
Yeah, about 14 months.
Yeah, it was Survivor Series of 14.
Yes.
So it's been over a year now.
Yep.
But he's still in that window where we see him so rarely that it's special.
Yes.
And he doesn't have that, when people who are actively wrestling go in, for example, someone like Edge,
yes,
or Eddie Guerrero went in shortly after he died, I feel like it's too soon.
Yeah.
This doesn't have that same stigma for me. I do wish it was a little bit down the line, but he doesn't have that tired feel to me like an Edge when he went in. Yeah. I like it to be a little bit of time for people to digest their careers.
Yeah, other professional sports have so many years before they're even eligible to be.
Yeah, I wish wrestling had something like that. And I also feel like their class inductions are too big. Okay. I feel like they should keep it to 3 a year.
Oh, really?
Or maybe 3 and a celebrity.
Okay.
Or maybe 2 a celebrity and a diva, or however you want to do it. But I feel like their classes are way too big, personally. And I hope that they keep it short, but especially since it's before the Rumble and we already have the first inductee, I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Sting is a great choice. Do you have any predictions for future Hall of Famers this year?
I'm pretty sure the Undertaker's going to go in this year too, with it being in Texas, and I do think he's going to fight his last match this springtime. So I think he'll be one of the big ones too.
I don't think he's a slam dunk. I do for some reason.
Oh no, not a slam dunk at all. But I think he'll be
okay. The name that jumps out at me, I feel like the Freebirds are going in.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't really have a reason for it. It could be that they're going to be in Texas. I don't know. Maybe they're going to go with the WCW motif this year because sometimes the classes do have a theme about them. Whatever it's going to be, we will give you our thoughts on the inductions as they go in.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about the Freebirds if in fact they go in.
Yep.
So, but Sting, that's 2 thumbs up, right?
Easy, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm cool with that. Anything else before we move on to the main event segments?
I think it's that time. Let's move on.
Didn't like it.
No.
Didn't like it. Go ahead. You want to get things started?
I've actually been a fan of this storyline. I'm actually excited for the Royal Rumble. I'm still hopeful that they're going to do something that just is jaw-dropping. Last night's segment with the beginning of the show and the very end, first segment I didn't really care for.
Okay, yeah. Remind me about the first one. I know it involved Vince and Roman, and they were kind of setting up. See, here's what I didn't like about that was it was ambiguous the whole night as to what was actually going to happen.
Yeah, it was basically a 10-man gauntlet match that never got played out.
But we never knew who all the competitors were, did we?
Not until they walked out.
Right, so yeah, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Plus, okay, so when McMahon gets involved in a storyline, he always stacks the deck against the opponent.
Yeah, the hero.
Think Austin.
Yes.
They stack the deck. They stack the deck against him constantly.
Yes.
This is way over the top.
Yeah.
This is ridiculously over the top for me, and I do not like it.
They're almost phoning it in that Roman Reigns is going to win this Rumble.
Exactly. It's when you make it so obvious that the babyface cannot win. That's when they win. We can forecast that down a mile away. This is just missing with me on every angle. I know some of our viewers don't like when I say that. I'm not just coming down on Roman Reigns, but this is missing with me big time.
The first miss for me was last night. I got a little excited when Brock came out, but I think they're just kind of foreshadowing him. I mean, he's going to be so powerful, he's going to be eliminated in the Rumble. He's not winning. regardless of what they're saying.
Wait, you're saying Brock will lose the Rumble?
Yeah, Brock will be eliminated in the Rumble.
Maybe not. I'm not convinced of that. Boy, I'll tell you, I'm going to be pissed if Roman wins that Rumble. Because to me, it's like, and in the wrong kind of ways. Like, you are wasting my favorite event of the year. I love the Royal Rumble, and you've made it this obvious. And if he actually does win, I'm going to be pissed. I'm really going to be pissed, Steve.
If I'll go on. I know we're not doing predictions for the Rumble yet, but if Triple H is not in the Rumble, Roman Reigns will win, and Triple H will use that to set up his match at Mania. Because if no one else can do the job, I'll do it myself.
If Triple H is in the Rumble, does Triple H win?
That he does not, but he prevents Roman Reigns from winning.
Okay. Do you want to casually throw out a prediction for WrestleMania's main event? Because my casual prediction right now, it just hit me last night. I feel like they're building for Reigns and Lesnar. I could be off. I don't know for sure.
I'm thinking they're building towards Reigns and Triple H.
Okay, there you go. So that's what we took from last night's Raw. We have some differing viewpoints on some things. We both agree the main event segment really missed big time. If you disagree, feel free to let us know. Leave us a comment, and please tune in on Thursday, where we will try to not necessarily convince, but we will. Our friend Gavin, who you may remember from last month's episode, has given up on Raw. And he would like us to fill him in on the last 3 weeks of programming since Roman Reigns has won the title. So we'll be happy to fill Gavin in on next week's episode of Post to Post. So for myself, the Rob, and my tag team partner, Steve.
If you don't like it, learn to love it, because it's the best thing going today. Woo!